friends. A survey was published this week in the Czech Republic regarding hybrid work. Most of the employers in this country are not willing to give the employees a chance to work in the hybrid form or from home office at all, or only in a very low percentage. This caused quite a clash of opinions between employees and employers because employees are not really willing to work full-time as much as they used to before. Especially in companies where it's possible to use hybrid work or home office, they don't see the sense of spending 5 days a week in the office. Why are employers so afraid of giving their employees control over their work, giving them autonomy? Well, some of them think that it would decrease the productivity, that lots of people would do other things than work, and also there is the huge issue of losing control. So maybe some managers, though they are not willing to admit it, would find out that they are not needed that much, or maybe they are not needed at all. And that is something that they are, of course, dreading. On the other hand, if you give your employee the chance to choose the possibility to take control over their work life, it has many benefits. We have already discussed the issue of workplace engagement. Lots of people are not really willing to engage at work that much anymore. They are tired, frustrated, they don't see any sense in it. But if you give them the option to organize, control, and plan their work, you give them the motivation to, first of all, be more productive, be more loyal, be more motivated, and of course, be more engaged. Also, when you give your employee the trust, you show him you believe in him, you show him that you believe that he is capable of doing his job even without you controlling him all the time. It, of course, increases his loyalty, but also his responsibility, and he will feel the need to deliver. So it's beneficial in the end for both parties. Also, not everybody really wants to be full-time at home. A lot of people want to go to the office for maybe full-time. For instance, if you are a father of 2, your wife is on maternity leave, you have a baby and a 2-year-old, and they constantly scream, they constantly interrupt your work, then you are glad that you are able to go back to the office 5 days a week. If you are a mother who commutes for an hour to work and another hour back, and you are constantly stressed that you will not be able to pick up your child at school, you will not be able to take them to their leisure time activities or whatever, you will only end up constantly stressed. On the other hand, when you are able to plan your work flexibly, or you can be at home and work from home, this stress level, this frustration level, and this level of anger, of course, decreases in this case. Because, first of all, you have 2 hours which are not spent on commuting, but they can be spent working. You can pick up your children from school, you can take them to their leisure activities, and you can continue working, and then you can stop working once they are at home or back home for good. So a win-win situation again. And of course, there's a third group of people who, if they work from home, they make themselves scarce on chats, emails, whatever communication tools you are using. They come to meetings from time to time when it suits them and when it's within the hours which they actually use to work. But also when they are in the office, you see them in the morning, in the canteen, chatting. And when you go from the office in the afternoon, they are sitting in that exact same canteen and chatting still. So for them, work from home, work from the office, no difference. They are able to not work at all, even when they are controlled. If you are a manager or a leader, you should be pretty much aware of what kind of people are in your team, which type of person you are dealing with when you will lead discussions about hybrid work, yes or no. If there's the possibility that you can offer them hybrid work, of course. Also, the situation now is complicated by the fact that a lot of people have very strong opinions about the pandemic, politics, about work, about hybrid work. And these opinions are really dividing people. The arguments are bitter, and of course it doesn't help improve the atmosphere in the workplace. So you need to also keep that in mind when you're going to start whatever discussions you're going to have. Also, if you are a leader and you are going to talk to your teams about whatever arrangements you're going to have, maybe you won't be able to give them the option of hybrid work, and it's going to be an unpleasant conversation. You first of all need to answer a few questions about what you are afraid of. Is it the confrontation that you're going to have with the people? Is it the feeling that it's going to be unpleasant? Is it maybe the feeling that you don't really know what you want to achieve in this conversation? And if you can give them the option to choose and to be independent and to control their work, but you are dreading it, you need to answer why. Where does this fright or anger or stress or whatever, where does this come from? Are you afraid of giving control and losing yours, or is it something else? So you need to be very honest with yourself before you start talking to your people. If you are, on the other hand, an employee who is unhappy with the current situation and does not know how to start a conversation with your boss, again, you too need to identify your dreads, your worries, your frustrations before you go into any conversations with your boss. You need to be very clear with yourself on what you want to achieve, what are you unhappy with, and come to a common agreement with your boss on what is possible in your situation. I understand that it's a lot to digest, so I'm dealing with this a lot right now. I've got lots of coaching and conversations on the topic of work-life balance, well-being in the workplace, hybrid teams, how to set them up, how to set up the processes. So if you are a leader of a team and you are overwhelmed and you honestly don't know where to start, I'm happy to help. I'm here. So come, we can talk, we can analyze your situation. You can set up the ideal situation you want to achieve, and you can have an action plan with very concrete steps which you will go through to get where you need to be. And I will be happy to help you get there. if you are an employee who is also overwhelmed and you need to have a discussion with your boss and you're not really sure what the outcome should be because you don't really know what is it that you actually want, also, I'm here. We can have the discussion. I will help you just recognize the desired state you want to get to, and with a series of questions, I'm able to help you to have an action plan and get where you need to be and be comfortable discussing these things with your boss. So, if you need me, I'm here and I will be happy to talk to you. Have a lovely day.